And I like to think that the best way to think about a company's future, where a company is going, is by seeing what they're hiring today. So right here, you're sharing your screen. Yeah. Pokemon is hiring a Web3 expert, and this is from an article from Web3 Daily. When you think about it, the use case is pretty obvious. Web3 within the Pokemon ecosystem. I actually have a stat for you, Kermit. So this was pulled off from ChatGPT. I don't know how much of a credible source ChatGPT is. I tried asking it for a source, but it didn't give me that. So I'll just
Trust me. Trust me, I'm ChatGPT. You do not need a source.
So listen to this, Kermit. Listen to this. This is interesting. So the entire Pokemon card market is about 3.5 billion a year. Okay, so there's about 3.5 billion USD Pokemon cards in circle of market volume happening for Pokemon cards worldwide. Do you know what the percentage of those sales of this volume? How much is primary sales and how much is secondary sales? Can you give a guess?
I'm sure the secondary is a lot higher because you can't buy, you can't know which one you're buying if it's from the primary, if you're freshly minting. So
Yeah.
what is the difference? Maybe 10 to 90%?
Well, yes, not that drastic, but you're close. So 30%, so 1.05 billion USD can be attributed to the primary market, so people buying from the retailer, from approved merchants, and 70%, 2.45 billion is associated with secondary market. So the estimate suggests that the secondary market, which includes trading, buying, and selling cards amongst collector, is significantly larger than the primary market. So 70% of volume of Pokemon cards, and Pokemon, the company, doesn't get a share of that. Doesn't get a percentage of that. Doesn't control.
I was about to ask, how much royalties do they have on secondary?
Yes, 0%. 0%. So in nature, it makes a lot of sense how a company like Pokemon would venture into NFTs. And Pokemon is a very common example we give when we are working with projects, when we're working with brands that are launching NFT projects, Kermit, at Unfungible. We always give a big example how your NFT should not be positioned as a vehicle for investment. You should never promise a return, whether that's through passive income, whether that is through your ability to, you will redeem X amount of value if you buy X amount of NFTs. And we always give the example of Pokemon. Pokemon has built one of the most valuable secondary collectible market in the world. And they've never promised, there's nowhere on their website where they say that if you buy a Pokemon, you might be able to resell it. And that's exactly how NFTs should be positioned, and how do you stay safe from the SEC, and how do you stay safe from becoming a security.
I like this headline, how to be safe from the SEC.
Don't promise that you're security. Don't promise passive income. Please, guys, stay away from passive income. So it just makes sense. Again, the best way to know where a company is heading is by seeing who they're hiring today.
Mm-hmm. This is a conversation I find really interesting because I know you've published a thread recently on your Twitter. I think it was last Friday maybe.
I've published a couple. The
adoption curve, right? Where you map out you are currently here. And this is actually a very interesting conversation, something I think I'm going to take more time to dive into throughout this coming week, to really map out how long does it take until we start seeing the fruits of labor from all of these companies jumping into Web3. So it starts with job postings or trademarks. How long does it take till things come into fruition? What do you think?
You can draw the parallel with the current product launches we're seeing right now happening in the Web3 space. So just this quarter, we have Amazon launching a Web3 marketplace, Shopify launching token-gated features, Spotify token-gated features. So those initiatives, the companies operate in 12 to 24 month timelines. When a product gets approved to go get built, it takes 12 to 24 months to get that actually launched. So we can explain why those companies are launching their products now in 2023 during the bear market, because they started working on those when NFTs were starting to gain traction, when NFTs were starting to get noise in 2020, 2021, or 2021, 2022, pretty much. So yeah, definitely interesting companies operating, and we're about to see a lot more businesses launching products and services in the Web3 space over the next 6 to 12 months as products start maturing, as these new product innovations start maturing. So what are you
Right.
sharing here? Amazon and eBay are on the hunt for
Yeah,
Web3
I'm
stuff.
sort of dating back when Amazon started their first job listings for Web3 staff. So they've released, did they? Was it in 2023? Because I do remember a headline from a year back or so as well. So what I'm trying to map out basically is when did they start hiring people or looking for people to hire?